What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J-Dub, the #1 comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Today, I will be reviewing Married at First Sight. This is season 14, episode 16. For those who are new to my channel, I do recaps of reality shows. I do detailed reviews. I may not hit every single scene, but I hit the most important scenes, and I pick out some details you may have not noticed. And as I said, I am YouTube's #1 commenter. So on this channel, I don't look for the likes. I don't look for the subscriptions. If you rocking with your boy J-Dub, you're going to do that anyway. But I need those comments. This is why I do this channel. Again, it gives me the energy to do this, what I'm doing here now. Because, again, I could be on somebody else's channel, comment like crazy, and it's easy. And I'm just on my phone. Right? That's all it takes. But I like to bring the content to people who enjoy what I have to say. And the motto of this channel is say what you say. So that means anything you want to talk about. If you want to talk about Jasmina holding on to the lie that, she's just not feeling the spark yet. Or if you want to talk about Michael's head not being shaped properly at birth, so be it. Let's just be respectful to each other, because this isn't just a channel. We do have a community. It's called the Dub Fam. And again, talk about what you want, but let's stay respectful for each other, because y'all my people, and I'll look after my people. So let's go ahead and get started, because this segment, of course, I'm talking about Michael and Jasmina, and on Married at First Sight, I do couple by couple. So we start off with Michael. He's sitting in his car sweating. He's so hot you can see the sweat just pouring off him, but he got the windows rolled up. I thought his two female roommates had ran up on him for the 2 months rent he behind on or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe he worked that situation now. Maybe he already gave him his notice that he moving out. But Michael's just pretty much, you could tell he's having like a moment of clarity or frustration, or he's getting something off his chest, because he's saying that he didn't sign up for this just to be Jasmina's good hangout buddy. And I get that, because he got two best friends right now who he lived with, and I'm sure he got some benefits going on too as well. So he didn't have to do this process to have some new buddies. He don't want that. He need more than that. He's looking for a wife. But he got a hand in the situation of why it ain't working out either. So now the next scene, we see Michael. He's doing what he does best. What's that? He's seeking advice. He's over at his sister's house, and he's even looking for advice from his newborn niece that just came into the world. She might be old as his marriage, maybe 60 days old, but he needs some advice about his marriage to Jasmina. And Michael was telling his sisters that him and Jasmina have pretty much cleared the air of their previous problems of trying to, get out the way of them, I guess, overthinking things so much and having perceptions instead of like properly communicating. And Mike says, we made great progress, but that doesn't negate the fact that we're still like friends, and I'm not here to be friends with Jasmina. He want to see what's going on with Jasmina, other than, eating popcorn and watching Netflix. So at this point, he goes to his one particular older sister who gives him like good advice of giving him patience, or have him look at, I guess, the things that he's not doing or things that he can improve. But she's even sick of Jasmina. She's like, at this point, you got to look out for yourself, Michael. You have to keep your best interests and make the best decision for yourself on decision day. If that's not what you and Jasmina got going on, ain't enough to hold you. So Jasmina, she's actually FaceTiming one of her close male friends, and she's explaining the same thing that Michael's explaining, like, hey, yeah, I'm happy with the progress we're making. However, Jasmina's singing her same song. Well, it's just the feelings, they're not there yet. It's no spark. there's no romance or that kind of situation going on. And her friend wants to know, like, well, if y'all don't got that spark going on, what is little Michael doing to, I guess, to encourage that? Is he, making some moves or something? And Jasmina's like, well, yeah, he comes sit by me or he kisses me on the cheek. But I like the way Jasmina took some accountability in that situation, where she's saying, like, he probably don't feel comfortable because, like, what I'm giving off, and I can see that all day. It does have to be a two-way street. People having the mindset, oh, like, as a woman, you're supposed to be courted and chased and all that kind of stuff. I'm a slightly different believer. I believe that there should be some reciprocity going on, some mutual feelings, showing of interest, not one person constantly reaching and reaching and reaching, and you don't know what the other person's like, hey, I'm into you, but you don't know how the other person feels about you. So Jasmina's friend pretty much tells her, like, you don't even have that much time left, so, like, you really need to go all out. I guess whatever, if you want it to work, put all your best foot forward and just see if it worked. Because the way Jasmina talks, she talks like decision day is like another 60 days away. Decision day is like 2 days away, and you don't have no more time, and you're still struggling with trying to gather these feelings. Like, I want to get that spark, but it's just nothing there. There's no romance there. Like, if it's not there by now, it's never going to get there. It don't happen in 48 hours. That's not how it works. So we see Michael and the Amazonian Caribbean goddess. They're going out. They're doing the night on the town. It's their last date before decision day. And, they got dressed up, looking real nice, except with Michael with the brown belt. It looked kind of funny. It just went all straight black. But Jasmina had on like a little red prom dress. She probably wore that to the prom anyway. And I'm like, before the date even started, because they're going to a dance studio, it was over. Why I say that? They going in the studio, they talking, just rapping, and Jasmina goes to open the door and she get jammed up. And Michael like, oh, like, oh man. And Jasmine like, yeah, you should have got the door. I'm like, come on, little Michael. What's the use of having all these sisters when you don't even know how to treat a lady? That's little Michael. Well, little Michael's a 30-year-old grown man. And he don't know that when the Caribbean Amazonian goddess hit the door, before if she reached for it, he's supposed to slap her hand down and get that door for her. Make sure he's being a gentleman. Like, why does anybody have to tell her that? That was embarrassing. It was out of place because, again, that's his wife. She shouldn't even have to touch a door handle. But okay, poor Michael, he don't know no better. He grew up with a hard life, but he got all sisters. Alrighty. All right, so, yeah, like I said, at this point, the date, as far as I'm concerned, the date is over. But they learning to do, like, I don't know what kind of dance they doing, the waltz or whatever they doing. It didn't look fun. It looks like two friends just learning a dance class or whatever. And Jasmina, when it was over, she had to pretty much fish for the compliments. But she was like, "Oh, look at the table, that production setup." Because people were like, "Oh, Michael he pulled all the stops out. He set up a romantic rose on the table and the tablecloth." No, production did it. Jasmina mentioned that, hey, the table, with the roses and all that matches my dress. And Michael's like, oh, yeah, you look nice in red. Boy, and he wants some romance. He want to get close. Look what you got standing in front of you. You can't even compliment the lady when she get dressed up in her prom dress from 2005. Well, man, she ain't even that old. But still, I mean, come on, Mike. But I've always said this about Mike. He always fell short. Granted, he never had a fair chance. If you look at I guess my thumbnail for this video, he never had a chance anyway. But to me, he still has not put his best foot forward at all. So Michael's, when they sit down, they talking that he finally confesses to Jasmine like, hey, I do have romantic feelings for you, but at this point it's like too late. And Jasmina, she starts to cry about it. And I know everybody will have their theory of why she's crying. I got a theory, you know. At this point, this man is pouring his heart out, and she knows, like, she's been stringing this man along or been afraid to let him down or hurt his feelings. I wish she would have just moved into the second bedroom a long time ago to just say, hey, you know, I'll be respectful, cordial, or we'll film together, but I'm not attracted to you. I don't know if the spark, I don't know. Because at this point, she's turning into Michael. Like, she's getting sad every time someone asks her about, like, the state of the marriage or how she's feeling. Like, she's just trying to get through the process. And she's trying to act like she's trying to work it out or sort it out in her mind when we know that's not the case. And, like, what, decision days, we at this point, we might be at 24 hours, and Jasmine is still, she's telling Michael, like, she doesn't know if they have more than just a friendship. And, you know, that crushes little Michael. I mean, rightfully so. He's been giving and giving and giving. I get it. He didn't sign up for this to find a good friend. He got 2 back at the crib. He got 2 roommates, 2 friends with benefits. But, yeah, I would be very disappointed if I was Michael, too. So, that date was a bust. And we go to the group. All the couples they playing flag football for the last time because this is their last time. They got pizza strewn all over the place. It's, you know, it's looking real germy. How about that? And bacterial filled. So while they playing football, everybody's pretty competitive, and surprisingly, Jasmine and Katina looked like they was almost getting into a playful fight / wrestling match because they're playing flag football, so you're supposed to grab the flags, and that's how you caught the person. But I don't know, Katina didn't get the memo. She tackled Jasmine. I mean, like that some of that spirit of a larger one got into her. She went way over the top, and it was funny. It was a good moment. They was still, you know, having fun. And, you know, moderator Steve, you know, his job is to find out where everybody's at, and even though he can't talk about his finances, but he wants to find out where everybody is. And Michael pretty much turns into PR Michael. He's going to give a very general, vague answer that is politically correct. And that him and Jasmina are pretty much on the same page of what it takes to make it to decision day or what have you. You know, nothing of substance. And Jasmina pretty much backs it up. And she's looking so sad and hurt and confused. But in her confessional, you know, of course, she's happy with the progress again. Like, she got note cards to say that. But she's not feeling secure in her marriage, you know, to say yes. So we get that. We slowly but surely be getting the some of the truth from her. So Michael and Jasmina, they're saying their goodbyes. I thought they was going to bed because they pretty much dress the same way they're going out as they going to bed. They might have more clothes on when they go to bed. And Jasmine is packing. She's ready to take her and Mr. Feeney back to her own place. And they're playful and all of that. I like to see that in good spirits. And Jasmina getting on little Michael about, hey, you left the fan on in the bathroom. And Michael like, hey, well, you ain't got to worry about them. Well, you about to get up out of here. This is my spot now, for at least for the night. So I thought that was a little cute segment or whatever. And again, Jasmina got less than 24 hours to decision day, and she's still holding on. And when I don't mean holding on to Michael, she holding on, you know, I'm still trying to find that spark. I'm trying to find the spark, you know. It's just not there yet. It might get there. But, you know, I think Mike is giving up at this point. But Michael, he was like, he was checking Jasmine's temperature. He's like, yeah, look, I mean, I'm over here sick, worried about what's going to happen. You look pretty calm. You don't look like you got decision day coming up. What's up? Jasmine like, well, you know, yeah, I'm kind of calm right now, but when you see me, it might be something different. But I might be the same. She tell little Michael anything, you know, because he worried. Little Michael probably ain't going to be able to sleep tonight worrying about what Jasmine is going to say at decision day when he thinking he got a chance or whatever. And Jasmine is pretty much leaving, and she's kind of throwing in his face like, well, you know, before when I was leaving, you was like, oh, yeah, Yeah, going about your business or whatever when she had went to find a doggy daycare for Mr. Feeney at 1 o'clock in the morning. But she's like, yeah, now you like, oh, Jasmina, don't go, don't go, don't go. And Mike was like, yeah, it's different, but we still ain't in a great place where like I feel confident that we're gonna be together or whatever. And Jasmina leaves and Michael gives that one last grab at love. One more. And he's just like, hey, tomorrow you need to make the right decision for our family. You know, me, you, and Mr. Feeney or whatever. He just want to hold on to her. And I get it, but ain't nothing there to hold on to. She gone. She gone. So pretty much that was it for the episode. And again, for the next episode, we're not going to see Decision Day. We're going to see, I guess, a recap of like past cast members and what they think about the season, or whatever, which I don't want to see. I'm not going to review it. So I guess I'll revisit this 2 weeks later for the final Decision Day. They probably turned that into 2 parts because they didn't drag this season out for I don't know how long. And once once the Decision Day is done, it's still gonna be like a Where Are They Now episode. So, all right, this is gonna be season 14, episode 55. But so pretty much that was done. Again, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Something I missed, something you want to add, and I thank you for your patience. I'm trying to crank these videos out because my schedule's a little backed up from dealing with the real estate journey. But after this will be the final installment of the video, which will be Mark and Lindsay. So, as I tell y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it, and I really mean it.